Think your local jail is tough? Wait until you see these. I'm about to show you places that make regular prisons look like a five-star resort. We're talking about facilities where survival is a daily battle, where the guards are just as scared as the inmates, and where hope goes to die. These aren't just buildings with bars, they are concrete jungles ruled by the most ruthless criminals on the planet. I literally spent thousands of hours with my team researching the most insane, terrifying, and unbelievable prisons that actually exist. We're going to take you inside these fortresses of fear, and you won't believe what we found. Today, we're counting down the 10 most dangerous prisons in the world. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Each one is crazier than the last, and we're going to explore what makes them so terrifying. From extreme overcrowding, where inmates have to fight for a place to sleep, to facilities run entirely by violent gangs, this list is absolutely wild. We'll look at the brutal conditions, the infamous inmates, and the shocking events that have made these prisons legendary for all the wrong reasons. So buckle up, because this is going to be an intense journey into the darkest corners of the criminal justice system. I promise you, by the end of this video, your jaw will be on the floor. I'm not even exaggerating when I say the number one spot is something out of a horror movie. It's a place so extreme, so unbelievably harsh, that it redefines the very concept of punishment. You will not see it coming. Seriously, stick around because number 1 will leave you speechless. Let's get into it. Kicking off our list at number 10, La Sabaneta Prison, Venezuela, pure chaos. Imagine a prison built for 700 people but crammed with over 3,700 inmates. That's not just overcrowded, that's a full-blown humanitarian crisis. Inmates literally have to buy their own space to sleep from powerful gangs. If you don't have money, you're sleeping in a hallway, or worse, you're not sleeping at all. The guards have basically given up control, leaving the inmates to create their own brutal society. It's a place where violence is the only language spoken fluently. The stories that come out of La Sabaneta are insane. We're talking about rampant disease, a complete lack of clean water, and constant bloody gang wars. In one infamous incident, a massive riot resulted in over 100 inmates being killed. The prison is so underfunded that inmates often starve unless their families can bring them food. It's a lawless world where the strong prey on the weak, and survival depends on who you know and how much you're willing to pay. This is just number 10, and it's already a nightmare. It only gets crazier from here. Coming in at number 9, we're heading to Russia to a place called Black Dolphin Prison. This place is the complete opposite of La Sabaneta's chaos, but it's terrifying in a whole different way. This is where Russia sends its absolute worst criminals, serial killers, cannibals, terrorists. Every single inmate here is serving a life sentence, which means they have absolutely nothing to lose. The prison's motto is basically that the only way to leave is by dying. From the moment they arrive, inmates are treated with extreme severity to break their will completely. The guards here are masters of psychological control. Inmates are blindfolded and forced into a stress position, bent over at the waist, anytime they are moved from their cells. This is to prevent them from mapping out the prison layout and to keep them disoriented and submissive. They are under 24/7 video surveillance, even in their tiny 2-person cells. They're only allowed out for 90 minutes a day to pace back and forth in a small, caged concrete box. It's a life of absolute monotony and control, designed to crush the spirit of Russia's most dangerous men. For number 8, we're back in the United States at ADX Florence in Colorado, also known as the Alcatraz of the Rockies. This is America's only federal supermax prison. It was literally designed to be inescapable and to hold the most dangerous criminals in the federal system. Think of the most infamous criminals you've heard of in the US. The Unabomber, the Boston Marathon bomber, the 9/11 conspirators. They're all here. This prison is so secure that inmates have almost zero contact with anyone. It's the highest level of security in the entire country. Inmates at ADX Florence spend 23 hours a day locked in a 7 by 12-foot concrete cell. The furniture, a desk, a stool, and a bed, is made of poured concrete and can't be moved. They get their food through a small slot in the door. Their only view of the outside world is through a tiny 4-inch wide window that's angled so they can only see the sky, preventing them from knowing their location in the prison. It's a world of extreme isolation designed to prevent any communication or organization among the most high-risk offenders. It's psychological warfare, and it's brutally effective. At number 7, we have a prison that no longer exists, but whose legacy of horror is unforgettable. Carandiru Penitentiary in Brazil. Before it was demolished, Carandiru was one of the most notorious and violent prisons in the world. At its peak, it held over 8,000 inmates, more than double its official capacity. The conditions were beyond comprehension. A rampant AIDS epidemic, a complete lack of medical care. Extreme gang violence, the guards had little to no control over the vast majority of the complex. Carandiru is most infamous for the 1992 Carandiru massacre. When a prison riot broke out, military police stormed the facility and what happened next was a bloodbath. The official death toll was 111 inmates. Many former inmates and human rights groups claim the number was much, much higher. The police were accused of executing prisoners who had already surrendered or were hiding in their cells. The event was so horrific it sparked international outrage and eventually led to the prison's closure and demolition. Shot of the vacant lot where the prison once stood, Carandiru stands as a chilling reminder of what can happen when a prison system completely collapses. Halfway through our list at number 6 is Bang Kwang Central Prison in Thailand, ominously nicknamed the Bangkok Hilton. This is not a place you want to check into. It's a maximum security prison known for its incredibly harsh conditions and its handling of death row inmates. For the first 3 months, all new prisoners are forced to wear heavy leg irons. It's a brutal welcome, meant to break them mentally and physically. If you're on death row, you wear those leg irons permanently. Life inside Bang Kwang is a grim struggle for survival. Cells are extremely overcrowded. Inmates sleep packed on the floor. Food is scarce and low quality. One bowl of rice, vegetable soup. If you don't have money from outside to buy extras at the canteen, you will go hungry. The prison houses many foreign inmates. They face language barriers. They lack family support. The Bangkok Hilton is a place of despair. Every day is a fight against hunger, disease, hopelessness. Cracking our top 5 San Quentin State Prison in California, one of the most famous and oldest prisons in the United States. Opened in 1852, this place has a long and bloody history. It's home to California's only death row for male inmates and some of the most notorious serial killers in American history, Charles Manson, Richard Ramirez. The sheer history of violence and death contained within these walls is chilling. It's a living museum of America's dark side. At number 4, we have Diyarbakir Prison in Turkey, a place with a reputation so dark it's often called hell on earth. While many prisons on this list are dangerous because of inmate-on-inmate violence, Diyarbakir is infamous for the systematic brutality and torture reportedly inflicted by staff, especially during the 1980s and 90s. We're in the top 3. At number 3 is another Russian monster, Patak Island Prison. If ADX Florence is the Alcatraz of the Rockies, this is the Alcatraz of Russia, way worse. It's located on a remote island in the middle of a frozen lake in Siberia. The isolation here is absolute. Our runner-up for the most dangerous prison in the world is Kamiti Maximum Security Prison in Kenya. This place is legendary for its horrific conditions and brutal reality. If you thought La Sabaneta was overcrowded, Kamiti takes it to another level. Cells designed for a handful of people packed with dozens of inmates forced to share a single bucket for a toilet. The stench and lack of sanitation are overwhelming. Cholera typhoid spread like wildfire. It represents a total system failure, where the people in charge are just as dangerous as the criminals they are supposed to be guarding. And the number 1 most dangerous prison in the world might surprise you. It's not a supermax or a remote Siberian island. It's Tihar Jail in India. But don't let that fool you. Tihar is not just a prison. It's a massive complex, one of the largest in all of Asia. It's more like a small city of criminals. It's designed to hold around 5,000 inmates, but it regularly houses over 15,000. This unbelievable overcrowding creates a pressure cooker environment where violence is the only way to settle disputes and establish power. What makes Tihar the most dangerous is its deeply entrenched corruption and gang warfare. Powerful crime bosses run criminal empires from inside their cells using smuggled cell phones and bribed officials. Gangs control everything from the distribution of food to drug trafficking. Inmate-on-inmate violence is constant and brutal, with stabbings and beatings being common. The sheer size makes it impossible for guards to maintain control. Vast sections become lawless territories ruled by the most ruthless inmates. It's a chaotic, sprawling city of violence, and that's why it's number 1. And there you have it, the 10 most dangerous, terrifying, and insane prisons on planet Earth. From the complete chaos of Tihar, La Sabaneta, ADX, Florence, Patak Island, these places push the limits of human endurance. It's hard to even imagine what it must be like to live day in and day out in these conditions, where every moment is a struggle for survival. These aren't just stories, this is the grim reality for tens of thousands of people right now. It really makes you think about the nature of crime, punishment, and what happens when these systems fail. We spent a ton of time and resources researching and putting this video together for you guys, and I hope it opened your eyes to a world most of us never see. The fact that places like these actually exist in the 21st century is absolutely mind-blowing. Each prison has its own unique brand of horror, and it's a stark reminder of the darkest aspects of humanity. I'm still shocked by what we found, especially the sheer scale of a place like Tihar Jail. It's just on another level. So, now I have to ask you, Which prison shocked you the most? Was it the brutal isolation of Russia's prisons or the chaotic gang-run fortresses in South America, India? Let us know in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you want to see more jaw-dropping countdowns and crazy videos like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. We have so many more insane videos coming soon.